The next step of the nitrogen cycle is nitrification. Right? Some people tend to say nitrification, but I prefer to say nitrification. Right? So we're gonna have nitrification. Now, within the general scheme of things, nitrification usually takes aqueous ammonium ions. Let me fix that real quick. Aqueous ammonium ions. Right? And create different ions out of it. Right? So we tend to have some nitrite ions. And then we would have some nitrate ions. Right? So what we need to know is that nitrification occurs here and here. Right? So nitrification occurs in both of these areas. Now, overall, nitrification is really described as the oxidation of ammonium compounds to nitrites and nitrates. And these are done by nitrifying bacteria or nitrifying bacteria. So, nitrifying or nitrifying bacteria. So similar to that of nitrogen fixation, there are general processes that include bacteria in nitrification, right? So we just need to remember, please remember that the nitrification happens over two different steps, right? So we have nitrogen fixing we have nitrifying bacteria here, and during these oxidations, energies tend to be released. All right, the nitrogen bacteria are what we call chemoautotrophs, right? Chemoautotrophs, right? So this means that they use organic, they use usually some amount of inorganic compounds. So they're able to use this source of energy, right, to produce organic compounds from inorganic ones, right? Photoautotrophs would use light, but here we have chemiautotrophs. They use inorganic compounds, right? So let's look at nitrification step 1. Right? Step 1, we're going to have bacteria of the genus Nitrosomonas. All right, we're gonna have bacteria of the genus Nitrosomonas. All right, and what is it gonna do? It's gonna convert ammonium ions to nitrites. So it's gonna convert ammonium ions to nitrites. Well, it would be NO2 negative. Right? To nitrites. It's important to note, right? Why don't we just why do we need to change it, right? Because we already have organic nitrite or nitrite chemical here, right? For this now, we need to know that nitrites are actually toxic to plants and animals in high concentrations. Really toxic to them in high concentrations. So that's where we have step 2 to convert to something a little bit more friendly, right? And this includes the genus Nitrobacter. So bacteria of the genus Nitrobacter. So this reaction now sees the conversion of our original nitrites to nitrates. And you can see, right, that nitrification is all about the oxidation of ammonium compounds, right? Note that nitrification occurs in well-drained and aerated soils, right? So these are aerobic, right? So we need to know that these are generally aerobic. Our Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacteria are generally aerobic. So aerobic bacteria will actually work better within aerobic environments. So nitrification normally happens within well-aerated soils, right? That's why sometimes you really see some farming implements digging up the soil, allowing some air to come in, some oxygen to come in, right? So Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter can work swiftly and effectively in nitrification. So nitrification, the oxidation of ammonium to nitrites, then from nitrites to nitrates. And this happens with nitrifying bacteria from the genus Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter. And that would be it. So if there are any questions, leave them in the comment section. Are there any concerns? You can also drop them down in the comment section.